Hi everyone, welcome to this video lesson. In this lesson, you will learn how to solve systems of equation by elimination. So these are the steps we're going to follow. Step number 1, you're going to line up the variables. Step number 2, add the two equations so that a variable cancels, then solve for the remaining variable. And step number 3, substitute that number, which is what you're going to get from step number 2, into one of the original equations and solve for the remaining variable. Okay, so for example, I don't need to do anything here. So notice that I have the x on top of the x here. So 2x over 4x and negative y over y. So when I combine these two functions or these two equations, the y's cancel. Okay, so then this was step 1. They're already lined up for me. So then if I add 2x and 4x, I combine to 6x. So then 0 plus 12 gives me 12. Then we divide by 6. Which means that the coordinate for x is 2, because 12 divided by 6 is 2. So once we find this coordinate, let's go ahead and find the y coordinate. So I'm going to, I can go to either one of these equations. So I'm going to go to this one here. So we have 4x, and let's see, let's substitute for x here, okay, because we know x is 2. So 4 open parentheses plus y equals 12. Well, 4 times 2 is 8, so 8 plus y equals 12. Then we subtract 8 from both sides of the equation. So then y equals 12 minus 8, which is 4, which means the point of intersection or the solution to this system is where x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 4. And that is the solution to this system of equations. Okay? All right, so let's move on to example number 2. So for example number 2, notice that the x line up and the y's line up. But in this case, we can't cancel anything out just by looking at this. We can't, right? So in this case, what you do is you're going to multiply. But keep in mind, which variable do you want to cancel first? So I see a -3 and I see a -6. It's easier to multiply this first equation by 2. And notice as this 3 is negative, let's make it positive. So that means we need to multiply the first equation by a -2. Okay, so then I'm going to distribute here. So -2 times 5x, that's equal to -10x. -2 times -3y, that becomes plus 6y. And -2 times positive 18, that's equal to -36. And this equation, I'm going to change that equal sign. So let's do this instead, okay? And this one is going to stay the same for now. So 4x minus 6y equals 0. Now, watch what happens here. Positive 6y minus 6y, they cancel out. So then in the end, we have negative 10x plus 4x, that's negative 6x. Negative 36 and 0 combined to negative 36. Since we're solving for x, let's divide by -6 on both sides of the equation. So then x equals, this is equal 36 divided by 6, since they're both negative. That means x equals positive 6. Okay, so once we find the x coordinate, we can go ahead and go back to either one of these equations. Again, you can choose either one of them. I'm going to choose this one here, but it's okay if you go to the first one. Either one will work. So 4 instead of x, 6 minus 6y is equal to 0. 4 times 6 is 24. So 24 minus 6y equals 0. Then I'm going to subtract the 24 from both sides of the equation. So then we have that negative 6y is equal to 0 minus 24 is negative 24. Then divide by -6. So then y is equal to 24 divided by 6 is positive 6, but because they're both negative. Okay, so then the solution to this system of equations is, let's see, so this one is 6 comma 6, right? My mistake, this didn't make any sense, and I apologize for this. 6 goes into 24 4 times, right? So I'm glad I caught myself. Okay, so then the solution to this system is x is equal to 6 and y is equal to 4. And I apologize about that mistake. All right, so then example number 3. Again, notice the y's don't line up. Okay, so I need to jump this -7y to this side first. So I'm going to come to this side and say 3x minus 15 equals negative 7y. Then I'm going to do two things at the same time. Okay, I'm going to add 15 to both sides of the equation, so plus 15. And I'm also going to add the 7y. So then that goes here, plus 7y. So now, no more 15s on this side, so we have now 3x plus 7y is equal to, we added 15, so these 7y's cancel here, so that's 15. So now let's see if we can cancel something here. Okay, so as you can see, this has 5, this is 2. So it might be, let's see, we could cancel the x's or the y's. So let's say we want to cancel the x's. We need to multiply both of these equations. So this one is not going to be as simple as the others. So what we have is, I'm just going to copy this equation here. So 5x plus 2y is equal to negative 4. So let's say we want to cancel the x's. So let's multiply. We need multiply this 5 and also that 3. So the closest one is a 15, right? Because if we multiply this 3x's by 5, that gives us the 15. And if we multiply this 5x by 3, but not just 3, but also negative 3, so that 15x becomes negative 15x. So let's see. So then this is equal to, and I shouldn't say equal to, I'm just going to do an arrow, okay? But we're distributing here. 5 times 3x, that's 15x. 5 times 7y, that's plus 35y. And then 5 times 15, that's positive 75. And then negative 3 times x, that yields negative 15x. So we're going to cancel the x's because of that. Negative 3 times 2y, that's minus 6y, equals negative 3 times negative 4. That's a positive 12. Okay? Then from here, as we said, the x's cancel. So then 35y minus 6y is positive 29y. And 75 plus 12, that's 77, 87, right? So then we divide by 29 on both sides of the equation. And 87 divided by 29 is equal to 3. Okay, 3 times 29 is 87, which means 87 divided by 29 is 3. So once we know the y-coordinate, let's go to this equation. Okay, so then we have 5x plus, okay, so I'm going to substitute here, plus 2 instead of y, 3. And then that equals negative 4. Well, we know that 5x can stay the same for now, but 2 times 3 is 6, and that equals negative 4. We subtract 6 from both sides of the equation. So then 5x equals negative 4 minus 6, which is negative 10. Then we divide by 5 on both sides of the equation. So then x equals negative 10 divided by 5 is a negative 2. So then the point of intersection, or the solution to this system, is where x is negative 2. That's the x-coordinate, and y is positive 3. And there we have the answer to this problem. Okay. I'm going to do the other two examples in another video, so it's not too long. I'll see you on the other video. Bye-bye.